Let me tell you right now, Sega fans are eating. Assuming this is true. Guys and gals, what is up? Silent Mochi here today. Hope you all having a wonderful morning, day, evening, and or night. So, yeah, I just want to say that, hallelujah, Easter was not the holiday where I expected to get some spicy new Sega leaks. And, well, due to these leaks, a lot of talk has been going around, a lot of speculation, a lot of thoughts, a lot of hype has been going around, and it makes sense because of just the way these leaks are portrayed, the legitimacy of them, and you know, everyone's got different reactions, and I'm just gonna talk about my personal opinions and my personal thoughts. But first things first, yes, there has been a recent leak Easter morning, a Twitter user that unfortunately they deleted their account recently, so the video isn't up anymore. However, you can still watch the original video. I may or may not show it on here. I don't know yet because I'm still debating if I want to risk getting a cease and desist from Sega or not. But just in case the video is not here, then I will send the link to my Twitter profile so you can give it a watch. Link in bio. But yes, there was about a good 30 to 40 second clip of just three games that were apparently early footage development from Sega Japan to be specifically. These three clips were a supposed Persona 3 remake, early footage of Sonic Frontiers, and the Jet Set Radio reboot / remaster, not exactly made clear. Now, when you just hear all this, you're probably a little skeptical, thinking like, you know, this is just stuff that people wanted. It's probably not that big of a deal. And I would say yes, however, there has been a lot of stuff that just recently like spread awareness that makes these actually a lot more believable than you would think it is. So real quickly, the Jet Set Radio one, nothing too special. We just have a small clip of Beat doing a little dance of sorts. The graphics look really nice, it's very improved. I personally cannot wait if this is true, just because Jet Set Radio is one of those games that I never got to properly play. I've wanted to play it for many years since I am a Sega fan. Unfortunately, I just haven't had the time or the money or the console to play it on. I do have it on Steam, however, PC isn't perfect. But yeah, I do really hope this reboot is real. I mean, it's not completely impossible since Sega has mentioned about having interest and wanting to bring back the Jet Set series, so having a new Jet Set Radio would be really nice, and I think this footage could be pretty believable. Now, the Sonic Frontiers one is interesting me a lot. So I did beat Sonic Frontiers. If you haven't been in my channel in the beginning, then I just would like to let you know that I am a massive Sonic fan. I was very hyped for Sonic Frontiers when it got announced, and I basically binged the game. I love it. I think it's a really good game. Has a really nice story, and you know, maybe I'll make a full review someday if you guys are interested. But yes, this footage was actually early beta footage, which, my god, it looks really good. And it makes me so mad that Sega gave IGN that weird, ugly early build when they had this just hiding in their safe the whole time. But yes, and no, this is not like, because I've been hearing around saying that apparently this is like a graphics mod of sorts. No, it is not, just because the robot designs do look a lot different from the actual enemies that we get in the final game. And there is actually a boss that was not in the game previously. And this boss was actually originally supposed to be in the game. It is in the art book if you do take a look through that. So it's pretty much a scrap boss design, and that makes this leak a lot more believable. I don't think anyone would be willing to go through all the effort just to do this. If you do, props to you because you have a lot of dedication. However, I do think this is all very legitimate. Now, this is the one you guys are probably the most interested in hearing, the Persona 3 Remake. So yeah, we get a small footage of just Yukari summoning her persona to shoot a bow. It's a little weird, however, I think arguably the only reason it's probably set like this is just to show like how advanced the game can look, since most games when getting announced pre-release wise, they tend to show footage that makes the game look even nicer than it probably actually will look on release. It's just there to give the company interest and to get consumers interested, basically just to show off like how good this kind of stuff can look. And no, it can't be a mod for Persona 5. That would be way too complex. I just personally don't think that's the case. I've also heard rumors that it maybe could be a collab for Persona 5X, the gacha game. I personally disagree with this as well, since the main issue is this footage looks a lot more high quality. It looks a lot better than Persona 5X. Hell, it looks a lot better than Persona 5 Royal. So I think this is definitely new footage for something. And, you know, arguably, sure, maybe it's not a Persona 3 remake. Maybe it's just for some other Persona game. That is, if it weren't for one thing that just recently happened. And that one recent thing is that a domain Atlus has claimed called p3re.jp, which is most likely stand for Persona 3 Remake. I don't want to make any assumptions since I could always be wrong. However, I do think this pretty much confirms it, since it is the same domain as p5r.jp Persona 5 Royal and p5s.jp aka Persona 5 Strikers. So I think this pretty much confirms that a Persona 3 Remake is happening. I mean, we did do the surveys and we all basically voted for a Persona 3 Remake. Those surveys have existed for a while now, and Atlus does listen to fan requests. I mean, we got Persona 3 and Persona 5 Dancing because of those surveys, so I don't think it's impossible to think that Persona 3 Remake based off that survey is impossible either. And I am personally really excited if this remake is true, just because while I love the aesthetic and the style of Persona 3, I've said this before, I don't think it's very good as a game. It has aged in a lot of areas. I don't think it's aged the best, and even with Portable, which fixed a lot of the issues I had with FPS, it's still not perfect, especially with the remasters having some of its issues. Like, seriously, how do you mess this up? How is the audio worse than the PSP version?
Here goes. Here goes.
But I digress. I believe a remake would be really good, just to add some of the features from FPS and just giving it a really nice treatment, since unfortunately, while I do think Portable is a better version from FPS, its lack of life improvements such as animated cutscenes and a proper hub world, I can understand turning some people off. And I know the one argument that a lot of people say is, why would you remake Persona 3 if we already have Persona 3 Portable available? And my theory to that is simply just A, more money, and B, they probably just wanted Persona 3 Portable to include the FemC route, since I'm 98% confident that if this Persona 3 remake is real, we're not going to get the FemC at all, because that would just be way too much work to include. But yeah, I think these leaks are very real. I think these are definitely going to happen, and it's not impossible. I think these are all going to be eventually will be revealed sometime soon. I'm not exactly sure when, but it is most definitely a thing that will happen. But anyways, yeah, that's all I really got about to say. Let me know what you guys think about these leaks. Do you think they're real? Do you think they're not? Are you personally excited for the Persona 3 Remake, Sonic Frontiers, or Jet Set Radio? Let me know which one you're most excited about the most. I am Silent Mochi, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.